Hey kids, it's Weird Al himself, and I'm here to have a lot of fun with all my little witty guys. Okay, I'm not gonna do that stupid voice. How do you do that anyway? But, with that said, hey guys. So I've seen the first few episodes of the new Disney XD show from the creators of Phineas and Ferb, Milo Murphy's Law. And this one is very special in particular because it's the first cartoon where Weird Al himself voices the main character. I need to do this right now. Woo! Sorry about that, I just had to do that. Oh, I love Weird Al. And after years of having cameos in cartoons like Scooby-Doo, Adventure Time, My Little Pony, etc., he finally gets his own cartoon show. The man's practically a cartoon himself. But, aside from praising the ever-loving shit out of this amazing man and the two creators, what did I think of the show overall? Well, I'll tell you. The series centers around the descendant of Edward Murphy himself, Milo Murphy, who's voiced by Weird Al, who is essentially an optimistic boy who has bad luck centered all around him, with random obstacles coming around based off Murphy's Law himself, but he still manages to slip by them, along with his lifetime friend Melissa and new friend Zach. Yeah, that's pretty much the plot of the whole series. It's pretty formulaic, just like Phineas and Ferb. However, given that this was created by the same guys who made Phineas and Ferb, they still managed to have a formulaic series but still have new twists and turns each episode. And I think they actually pulled it off pretty well. Since a lot of the humor comes around from Milo's constant struggles and bad luck, it plays off the possibilities so well. And I really don't like to describe them, but let's just say that when you watch the episodes, oh man, they are quite hysterical. It can range from trying to go to school, to trying to be in an opera, to trying to being around a cowgirl, to etc. It's just... it's pretty funny, actually. And that's where a lot of the heart of the series comes from, too. As dangerous as the obstacles Milo comes around are, he always learns to stick by them, including his friends and family. And they know that even though he has a lot of obstacles to go around in his life, they still love him no matter what. And you know, I really like that. Just because someone has a lot of danger around them doesn't mean they're a bad person. I like that a lot. That's very cute. Milo himself is funny enough and very charming, but then there's also his friends Melissa and Zach. Now they are not hateable characters in the slightest, I just wish they had a little more to them. I mean, Melissa is just Milo's friend and that's it. But, admittedly, she's not an awful character. I just wish I knew more about her than just sticking by Milo's side no matter what. And Zach is okay. I guess he's just sort of another Marco Diaz, I guess. But hey, anyone who hangs out with a kid who has bad luck yet still really likes him is okay in my book. With that said, I think Milo's family is alright. His sister Sarah is a total geek, being obsessed with the show's parody of the Twilight Zone, Doctor Who, and the X-Files combined to one, the Doctor Zone Files. And I love how she and Milo bond together every now and then. It's very cute. It's still brotherly and sisterly love despite his bad luck. Actually, that's how a lot of the characters in the series are, whether it be Milo's family, who are just okay with it, or the kids at Milo's school, who are rather indifferent about it. Some aren't that bad with it, others are like, oh, stay away from me, man! And there's also Elliot Decker, the school crossing guard, who often tries to keep Milo off his sight, and tries to keep everyone away from his bad luck. Oh, and there's also Milo's dog, Diogi, with this running gag of him saying, Diogi, go home, you're a dog, you can't be here. Phineas Ferb! I know it's from the same creators, but, well, you know, same kind of running gag with an animal. So yeah, overall, I really don't mind the characters too much. They're pretty funny, and they're often pretty humorous and clever and decently well voice acted. Especially Milo himself, obviously. Though I feel like the formulaic structure will really depend on who watches this. I'm sure some will find it charming enough and very cute, just like the fans of Phineas and Ferb, while others might think, oh god, it's just the same thing, I don't care, I got other things to do. And admittedly, I can understand if some people might find this a little too repetitive for its own good. But hey, who am I to judge, right? I mean, these are just my thoughts in general. Hey, I just find it really charming and funny. If you don't, that's fine. Just don't be a butt dick about it. Oh, remember when I said that the characters were decently well voice acted? Well, that's because they fit their characters' roles just perfectly. Funny enough, there's only like a few teen actors in this, but they still do a good enough job as it is. Two of them being the voices of Zach and Melissa, who are pretty good in their roles. One of them is from Disney Channel, but hey, that's easy to forget about when she's still pretty good, Sabrina Carpenter. Funny enough, Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh, the creators of the show, also voiced two characters themselves, and while their voices are a little too hard to figure out, I was able to figure them out, and I was just laughing from their roles. Oh, funny enough, D. Bradley Baker, the voice of Perry, also voices Yoshi in the show. That guy just loves to do animals, doesn't he? They even managed to rope in actors like Kristen Slater, Vanessa Williams, Mackenzie Phillips, Ming Wen, Dietrich Bader, Pamela Adlon, Kate McCucci, etc., etc. They are just hilarious in their roles, and they're so charming as well. They make the series about as charming as Al himself. But you're probably wondering what I think of the animation. Well, from what I can remember of Phineas and Ferb, which is a lot, their animation was quite fun, charming, cute, and sometimes cartoony. I liked how simplistic it was. It really fit the cartoony nature and nice little sense of nostalgic feel. The same can apply to Milo Murphy. It's simple, but effective, and very fun and cartoony as well. Granted, by cartoony, I mean simplistic, but you know what I mean. Like, the designs are pretty cute, their movements are fluent enough, and despite being made on a TV budget, the style fits perfectly. One big plus from the animation are obviously the visual gags that the series offers, and they are so well done. It kind of reminds me a little bit of those classic slapstick films, and it really fits the series style of humor well. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Since Weird Al is obviously part of the music and voicing of the show, I guess I should probably mention if there are any songs, and there are. And just like Phineas and Ferb, they don't happen in every episode, but when they do, they're all the more upbeat, charming, satirically funny, and furthermore showcase Al's talents. I even played a bit of the theme song at the beginning of this video. I'm not going to play the whole thing due to copyright, but let me tell you, it's really, really catchy. And one more thing I want to talk about the series is how it compares to Phineas and Ferb. Well, that's quite simple. Like I stated before, Phineas and Ferb was a formulaic series that always knew how to take different twists and turns to make each episode entertaining. Milo Murphy is almost the same, but not quite. Granted, yes, Milo Murphy does follow the same kind of formula each episode, with disasters going around in comedic ways, but the stories in each episode explore different possibilities in terms of build-up, structure, and format. So it may follow the same kind of formula each episode. The different premises give off a different form of suspense, depending on what shenanigans the characters end up in. And I just adore it. So yeah, long story short, my overall thoughts on Milo Murphy are that it's actually really good. Yes, the formula's the same thing every episode, but that's where the charm of the series lies in. Completely spot-on performances, well-crafted animation, entertaining stories, fun humor, and likable characters, and you've got a series worth watching on Disney again. And that's why I personally give this show an 8 out of 10. Given that there are plenty of other episodes to come in the future, I can't wait to see what else they have in store. Keep on trucking, Weird Al, Dan Povenmire, Jeff Swampy Marsh. I have faith that this series will catch on just as much as Phineas and Ferb. Hey, what can I say? It's his world and we're all living in it.